everybody, today I'm going to try and show you what an improper fraction and a mixed number are. So before we start, I just want to give you a quick reminder of the different parts of a fraction and how important it is to remember what the top number and the bottom number mean. So when you have a fraction, something like just even 2/3, the top part of the fraction is called your numerator. And the bottom part of your fraction is your denominator. I've underlined these parts of the words because this is the way I always try to help children to remember what these mean. The denominator starts with a D, so it means divide or split or share. So when you look at your bottom number, this is what you're splitting, dividing, sharing your whole number into. You're sharing it into 3 parts. Your top number, your numerator, it starts with NUM, just like the word number. And I always sort of remember that as that's the number of the parts that you're going to use. So that's the parts of a fraction. So now I'm going to show you what a mixed number is. So I'm going to use this with some sheets of paper. Wow. But here we go. I have 2 sheets of paper here. And I've split both of my sheets of paper into quarters, into 4 parts. So that tells us that the denominator of our fraction is going to be a 4 because it's divided, shared into 4 parts. And so is this one. Now I'm going to get my scissors. Exciting stuff here. Here we go. I'm going to do some cutting. I'm going to cut one of my quarters away from this shape so that we don't have the whole thing anymore. Yeah. So now instead of having 2 whole sheets of paper, I've still got 1 whole sheet of paper. But the other piece, I don't have the whole thing anymore. I've got it was split into quarters, so I know my number on the bottom of a fraction is going to be a 4. And I have 3 of them. 1, 2, 3 of what was 4 parts. So that's 1 whole and 3 quarters. So it's a mixed number because it has a whole number part and it has a fraction part. So that is what makes it a mixed number. Okay, so that's what this was as a mixed number, 1 whole and 3 quarters. As an improper fraction, it's written just as a fraction. There's nothing mixed about it. You're not going to have a whole number part and fraction part. You're just going to have a fraction part. And with this, you just say how many quarters there are altogether. So with the whole sheet of paper, you can see there's 4 quarters. And with what we cut off here, there are 3. 4 and 3, there's 7. So as an improper fraction, it is 7 quarters. And you can always tell if a fraction is an improper fraction because your numerator, the number on top, is going to be bigger than your denominator, the number on the bottom. Okay, here's going to be another example using more sheets of paper. Woohoo! Here we go though. This time I've got 3 sheets of paper. There we go. And I've divided these not into quarters, but into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into 8ths. So that means that our denominator is going to be an 8. You can tell that right away. We're sharing our wholes into 8ths. Now I'm going to get my scissors again. I'm going to do some cutting. I'm going to cut away 3 of my 8ths on this sheet of paper. There we go. So now we have 1 whole sheet, 2 whole sheets, and then we have 5 8ths. We have 5 of what was originally 8 parts. 5/8. So you would write this as 2 wholes and 5/8. So that's it as a mixed number, your whole number and your fraction part. An improper fraction, you're saying how many eighths there are altogether. So you've got 8 eighths there, another 8, you've got 16 eighths, and then your 5, you have 21 eighths. So as an improper fraction, it's 21 eighths. Just like that. Here's some more examples using not bits of paper, but cubes. Using my daughter's Mega Blocks here. But here we go. Altogether here, I've got 21 blocks. And I've arranged these 21 blocks into towers of 5. So that means my denominator, number on the bottom of my fraction, is going to be a 5. Because I'm dividing it, I'm sharing it into 5s. So when I do that, I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 whole towers. So I've got 4 whole towers when it's shared into 5. And then I'd have 1. So that's 1/5. Because it's 1 out of what could be a tower of 5. As an improper fraction, you've got 5, 10, 15, 20 and another 1. It is 21/5 because you've shared it into groups of 5. I still have my 21 blocks here. They're still in their groups of 5 at the moment. I'm now going to change that. Instead of having groups of 5, we're going to have groups of 4. We're going to share it into 4s. So I'm going to change these around. There we go. So now they are in 4s. And if you share it into 4s, you now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole towers. And you still have 1 left over. So you've got 5 and 1/4. And it's a 4 on the bottom because you were sharing it into 4s. Dividing it into 4s, your denominator, dividing, sharing into groups of 4. As an improper fraction, you've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and another one, 21/4. So your number on the top is bigger than your number on the bottom. I hope that's helped explain what an improper fraction and a mixed number is. If you want any more advice on this, please do just let me know, and watch my next video to see how to change an improper fraction into a mixed number, and I'll be doing another one about changing a mixed number into an improper fraction.